you to the stream. They're going to add me to the stream. And then I'm going to get rid of this. And what else am I going to get rid of? Webcam. Why do I have the webcam in? Let's get the webcam out.
I don't know. You got something wrong here on the nameplate here on this side.
Uh-oh, what's it say?
The handsome one?
Again with the comments. Where everybody's a comedian. What's wrong with you? Look at this face. Come on now.
At least it's not that hat.
Well, listen, all I got to do is be cuter than you.
That ain't hard.
That makes me the handsome one, right?
That ain't hard.
Man, it's Friday. Friday. I think I'm getting better, Timmy.
It's Friday. It's Super Bowl weekend.
And you're ready for it. Tilt your camera down a little bit. Your chin's cut off.
No, man.
We want all the ugly. There you go. Yeah,
all the ugly. What's in all, huh?
Man, so, man, I guess I kind of know how your week has been. You've been in the hospital, haven't you?
Yeah, I got out on Monday, but I still ain't all the way back yet.
Still, so what were you doing in that truck, Timmy?
Which truck was that?
Your new truck. You did something in that new truck. What'd you do? Did you lick the dashboard or something? Kiss the door?
No. Last Thursday, all of a sudden, I just come down with a fever. They're calling it a fever of unknown origin, but I think I know where the origin is now. Thursday, I also had a CT scan to see where the cancer's at, and conversation on Wednesday with the oncologist. She says, "Well, I don't see any signs of the cancer being active anymore. I really don't think it's active anymore." And I said to her, "Well, okay, so it's not going anywhere." I said, "But I'm beginning to question the functionality of my pancreas because, like, I'm fighting with my sugars constantly." And she said, "Oh, yeah, your pancreas is necrotic. I don't think there's any function left in it."
What?
Said, yeah, you think that might be something we want to discuss?
So had you not brought it up, you'd have just walked out, huh?
Well, it was a teleconference call. That was the worst part. I was sitting in her lobby, but rather than come out and get me to bring me into her office, she called me on the phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Just worried about, was she worried about
contagion? I guess that's they're worried about the COVID thing. But, every 8 weeks I got to go in there and get the chemo port flushed out.
Right.
Now that'll be that changes on Wednesday because after that conversation with her, I said, you know what? It makes no sense in having this damn chemo port in my chest anymore. Let's yank it out.
If it's not fixing the pancreas, is that what it was for?
Yeah, I mean we're done. It doesn't look like I'll need chemo anymore. So. We're done with chemo. Yank this damn thing out.
I know that's right. Is it that irritating?
The problem is that every 6 to 8 weeks, it's got to be flushed, whether you're using it or not. If you're using it, of course, it gets flushed every time it's used.
Right.
But if you're not using it, every 6 to 8 weeks, you got to go in. A nurse has got to take a needle, penetrate through your skin into it, push a bunch of fluids through it, and then pull the needle back out and put a Band-Aid on you.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's...
Ouch. Pincushion Central, huh?
I actually had a nurse one time, I don't know what the hell she was doing, but she didn't go for the center of it and ended up hitting the needle on the rim of the port and bending the needle sideways inside of me.
Oh, no, like a fish hook.
It wasn't quite like a fish hook, but it was sideways.
Oh, no. Oh.
So when she
Stop. Let's not talk about this.
When she went to go pull it out, it didn't come out so easy.
Yeah, and she didn't know it was bent, right, until she pulled it out.
She looked at it and went, oops.
Oops. Yeah. Oops. Can I see your supervisor, please? And your degree? I need to examine both of those decisions.
I felt like what's his name in that movie, Independence Day? Oops. What do you mean, oops?
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to hear your doctor or surgeon say. So tell me something good. What's going on weather-wise? What are we seeing in Florida today, in St. Pete's?
70s today. A little bit of sun, a little bit of overcast. They say the weekend's supposed to stay warm, but we're probably going to get wet most of the weekend. With any luck, the rain will be out of here by kickoff for the Super Bowl.
You know, Timmy, I am awful tempted to do a road trip. I've been thinking about just getting in the car, see if Angie wants to go. With the 3 dogs, I don't know how she's going to travel with 3 dogs. I don't know how I'm going to travel with 3 dogs, and just go to the tip of Florida, maybe Panama City or Destin.
You're talking the northern, up in the northern Panhandle.
Yeah, it's probably still cold up there, isn't it?
Yeah. No, you don't want to. You want to come a little bit further down south. You know, even my way this time of year is questionable on whether we're getting a cold front or not. Another month, end of March, beginning of April, you'll be swimming. You'll be swimming in the Gulf.
I can wait till March. I just want to go put my feet in the water and get back in the car and come home.
Yeah, and right now the Gulf's in the high 60s.
That's Panama City, isn't it?
No, it's the top of the Gulf. Yeah.
So you're talking Clearwater area?
Yeah, down my way. That's Central Gulf. The Keys are the South Gulf.
Keys is just too far to go. I don't want to have to go all the way to the Keys.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind it, but I mean it's just a go and turn around. You know, I only have 5 days between jobs, so I got to go and get back. A couple I can do on the road, but I just got to go down and get back. And I'm not against meandering down. I don't have to do the whole 24 hours in one fell swoop. I could take 2 days. It's just a matter of seeing something other than my house.
2 days in each direction. 1 day with your toes in the water, huh?
That's it. You know, and most of that's going to be spent stopping to let the dogs go boo boo.
Yeah, up around Panama City area there, it's a little bit more chilly than it is down here. But then you're talking another 5 hours of driving to get down around our way.
Well, see, when I get that close, I think of it as Mackinac. You know, it's only 5 hours up to Mackinac. We do that on our head on a regular. It's 6 hours to Chicago, huh?
You like to go play on that bridge?
No, I don't.
My cousin Karen and her husband's family is from over in Wisconsin way. And so when they drive out to Wisconsin, they go up to Canada and go across Canada, then come back over the Mackinac Bridge. And she's like, that's one of my least favorite parts of the journey, is coming over that Mackinac Bridge.
Man, I can see why. I mean, that's a bridge, baby. It's a bridge. We used to go up to the bridge walks on I think it's Labor Day. Is it Labor Day or Memorial Day? Memorial Day, they closed the bridge off and people walk across it for charity.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that on a clip one time.
Yeah, we've done that before, and that's pretty fun because there's like nothing, then boom, thousands of people. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of folks.
Well, you've been over the Sunshine Skyway down here, right?
I love it.
Cracks me up that you go over the Sagamore or the Bourne Bridge up in Massachusetts, right? And they got 15 feet high a wrought iron railing, to make sure that you don't climb up and jump over and go over the Sunshine Skyway, and there's barely enough railing to make sure your car don't go over if it hits the Jersey side.
Well, you got to have a little excitement in your life, Tim. Come on
I remember
now.
watching this special one time, one of those I Should Have Died specials, where this bunch of guys, well, there was a woman involved too. They got this bright idea that they were going to do a 4-person bench bungee jump off the Sunshine Skyway right after it was built. So they got this Cadillac that they set up to be the anchor, and they cut the floorboards out on one side and built this rig that was metal and bungee and all this. And they drove up to the top of the Sunshine and parked the car and jumped out real quick, and then jumped over the side in this bungee thing. And didn't the union between the steel cable and the bungee cable slip? And that thing just kept going and going until it hit the water.
Ooh. So they were on a couch?
Kind of like a couch. It was a bench that they had built and set up. They connected bungee cables to it, but the bungee cables went up and connected to steel cables that were connected to the car. And the Cadillac was acting as the anchor.
So it didn't break at the Cadillac. It broke at the bungee to the cable?
The union between the bungee and the steel cable is where it come apart.
Now, who was in charge of that? Greg or Karen?
I have no idea.
So were there fatalities, Timmy?
Karen ended up with a broken neck. And one of the guys is down there in the water trying to tread water and hold her above water until a bunch of fishermen got over there with their boats and got Karen out of the water.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, what, did Red Bull pay him?
I don't know.
Speaking of Red Bull, they got me, Timmy.
Red Bull got you?
No, Coca-Cola got me.
Another one of those $15 cans of Coke?
No, it's worse.
Coca-Cola coffee.
Yeah.
$85?
2 for $5.
That ain't that bad.
And they got 3 flavors: caramel, vanilla, and dark roast.
Okay.
I'm afraid to drink this. It's 9:00 at night.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take a sip just so I can tell you.
You can say you tasted it.
Exactly, whether you try it. And maybe, hey, they'll sponsor Eclectic Ramblings.
I remember my daughter one day taking one of those energy drinks down, and I thought I was going to have to run her to the hospital. Her heart was racing so bad.
My gosh.
Well, I thought you were passing out for a second.
I'm waiting for the flavor. And there's only a very light tint of coffee at the very end. And I had too many bubbles. Let me see if I can get some without bubbles. Maybe I should swoosh it around my mouth.
Pour it into a glass and let the fizz go away.
Let it air. Well, it definitely doesn't taste like an energy drink. It's actually delicious. I'm not tasting a whole lot of coffee.
You know why I don't try those, test those, or even attempt those anywhere?
Well, yeah, you got a port in your chest, for Christ's sake.
This was from years before that. When I got the shingles. You ever had the shingles?
No.
Dude, I don't wish those are my worst enemy.
What's the shingles?
Shingles. If you've ever had chicken pox, you're capable of getting the shingles, and it's these like sores that develop and they burn and itch and burn, and you just can't find a way to get comfortable. It's tough to sleep the whole time that they're burning you. And a friend of mine a nurse come over, and she says, "You look like you could use a good night's sleep." I said, "Trust me, it's been 4 nights. I haven't been able to sleep." So she hands me some Tylenol PM. She says, "Here, these always help me." Dude, 1:30 in the morning, I was pacing my living room like a stock car. Wing, wing, wing.
The Tylenol PM had you speed?
Had me pacing my living room like a stock car.
Wow. I didn't even know they had any caffeine in them.
No, it's not supposed to. It's supposed to take you the other way. It's supposed to mellow you out, relax you. But some people are different.
Well, we know you're different. And that short bus you took to school proved it.
A couple of years ago, I got myself into trouble at a Boy Scout camp. We took the church's 24-passenger bus, and somebody was asking down at the waterfront, "Hey, which Boy Scout troop's here with the microbus?" And I said, "I'm the short bus driver." The looks I got, and I realized, that probably wasn't the right thing to say in this crowd.
Well, listen, Paul Jr. got me messed up. We went to, I think I told you, we went to a coffee shop and bought some French roast Ethiopian coffee.
No.
Ever had it?
No.
Man, that's a thing. I came home and blended some up and drank it, and it was tasty, rather strong. But that night, and then this is like 9 hours later, my heart was beating so hard you could see my shirt move. And it was just going boom, boom, boom. That was some strong stuff. Now, I spent $22 on this coffee, so you know I'm not throwing it away, right? So what I do, Timmy, is I sprinkle like 6 of the beans in my regular coffee. Just to give it a little punch.
Oh, man. It sound like me with the Cuban coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, man, do I love me some Cuban coffee.
Oh, goodness. No, I don't like feeling like that.
Except for the coffee that the Cubans get to buy at their stores in Cuba.
You don't like those?
The difference, there's a big difference between the coffee that the Cuban government sells to the tourists and exports out of Cuba and the coffee that a Cuban gets to buy at the Cuban grocery store.
Okay.
The Cuban coffee that a Cuban gets to buy at the grocery store is mostly ground pea, as in the vegetable PEAP.
Right.
Yeah. So it doesn't have the potency or that rich flavor that you get with a good cup of Cuban coffee.
So it's just what, dank? What are you saying?
It's weakened. Okay. It's, I guess the best way to explain the way that the system functions in Cuba. There is stores, or they've kind of changed it a little bit at the beginning of this year, but there used to be stores that only Cubans could shop in, and that was all. They would only accept Cuban money at these stores, and that was to keep the prices low in order for Cubans to be able to afford, because we're talking about people that get the equivalent of about $15 a month as a salary. So think about what they can and can't afford to buy.
My gosh, how much is the coffee?
I never actually asked them how much is the coffee that they buy at their store. And the killer part is, as an American, I cannot bring Cuban coffee with me into Cuba. However, if I have a Cuban returning home from abroad, he can bring a couple of pounds with him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they probably retax it or something?
No, they allow Cubans returning from abroad up to a certain amount of foreign goods that they can bring back with them per quarter before they start having to pay duty taxes.
All right. Well, I'm in the process of getting my passport, Timmy. I got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I gotta go somewhere. I don't think I want to do New Zealand. I'm not that big. I'm not that big a Hobbit fan.
How adventurous are you?
I'm pretty adventurous. I mean, right now I just really want to be.
It's just you and me right now. Nobody else is listening on the internet. Just you and me, right?
Just you and me.
All right. So here's how the majority of Americans have been going to Cuba without a problem for years and years and years and years. If you jump on a plane down in Nassau in the Bahamas, You can walk into the airport in Nassau in the Bahamas, go walk up to Air Cubana, the Cuban airline, national airline, buy a round-trip ticket to Havana, get on the plane at 3:30 that afternoon to Havana, and when you arrive, you can fill out a visa application, and that visa application has got a perforated card on it. And if they allow you into the country, they just separate the perforated card from the rest of it, put the perforated card in your passport, and tell you, here, don't lose this. So then the day when you're going to leave Nassau in the Bahamas, Cuba, you go to the airport, they take that perforated card away from you, you get on the plane to Nassau in the Bahamas, you land in a terminal, there's no American presence anywhere in the terminal. Get off of the plane there, walk out that terminal down the sidewalk to the American terminal, where you meet up with customs, and you tell customs, yeah, I've been here in Nassau the entire week.
But isn't that the federal crime?
If you get caught.
They're going to have pictures of you coming off the dang plane from Cuba, Timmy.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They don't care.
They can't. The Bahamanians and the Cuban government have a little program working. They will not prevent it. And the Cubans actually help to allow Americans into Cuba undetected. It's not the Cubans that don't want us down there.
Right.
It's our government that don't want us down there.
Right. But that was what, 70 years ago?
That's still going on today.
We got Cuban Missile
Crisis. For a little while under Obama, it got lightened up, but you had to meet this. They called it a cultural exchange.
Right. Yeah. I looked into it because we're video. You know what I mean? So we were going to go down and do some interviews and check out Cuba. I'd like to do that.
I'll tell you right now, if Biden starts it back up again and it's the same rules, don't go on a cruise ship, because everybody I know that went down there on a cruise ship thought they were going to get off. They got off for maybe 2 hours total in Havana, and it was completely segregated into the tourist markets in Havana, and that was it. They didn't get to see Cuba.
Right.
Okay. So I started doing a little experiment to try to figure out what it takes to consider it a cultural exchange, and there are websites.
Tilt your camera down again. Your chin's gone.
Oh, I didn't move my camera.
Maybe you moved. There you go. Nice.
So there are websites that will give you an itinerary or like a template, so you can put an itinerary together of what you need to do on a daily basis in order to be able to show the American government when you return that you did cultural exchange things every day, so it wasn't just a tourist thing. However, I know plenty of people that did it, and they flew down, they prearranged through a tourist agency for a vehicle and an interpreter, so a driver with a vehicle and an interpreter, because the number one rule that the Cuban government has as an American is you are never left unsupervised by a Cuban national.
So you always got to have a chaperone.
You always got to have a Cuban national, and they prefer a Cuban government employee.
But now, in your case, you got friends over there, so they just had to meet you at the airport?
Well, in my case, it's because it's through the church. It's allowed that the Cuban pastor of the church you're going to visit, you're allowed to always be within that person's peripheral vision. So normally, my Cuban pastor will bring a driver and a translator along, and he picks me up at the airport and then brings me back to the airport on the day to fly out.
Nice.
Yeah, but I end up spending 5 to 7 days in a village over a kilometer deep in sugarcane fields.
And does he always keep you in eyesight, or is the village just cool like that?
No, we have to. One time I went down there and they tried to farm, well, they did farm a few of us out because there was so many of us. They farmed a few of us out to other church members, thinking, okay, that'll suffice. Yeah, the Cuban government wasn't too happy about that.
Wow. But you were still with a Cuban national, though, right?
Right, but they weren't Cuban government employees, and they weren't a pastor. So, the Cuban government employees, they know they got control over. Pastors, all they got to do is threaten the bishop a little bit, and they got the pastors under control. And they do threaten the bishop. Whenever they get mad, angry at the church down there, they tell the bishop, "You're now under house arrest. You're an enemy of the state."
So, do we want Cuba to be our friends or not, then, Timmy?
Personally, I think that us having this blockade is the stupidest thing in the world, and the only one that's being punished by it is the Cuban, not the Cuban government. The Cuban government is living life large, and all they do is whenever they need a little bit more money, they turn around to the Cuban that they know that has family and friends that's sending them money from out of country and say, "Hey, we just considered this new fine that you need to pay. So tell your family you need $200 in American money."
But wait a minute. They're open to the rest of the world. They trade with Canada and Russia and China and everybody, and New Zealand and everybody else. Is just us. So why is it us?
For some reason, our blockade that we've got going on, and I don't know if it's the truth or not, but it's what the Cubans are being told, that our blockade is why their food supply is so short, their fuel supply is so short, despite the fact they got their own oil fields. It's sad to see what's going on, but when you sit back and you realize, okay, the government controls the food supply, and I don't mean just, government
cheese, right?
charging taxes or stuff like that. I mean, they completely from eggs to milk to everything. So just give you an example, down in the village that I go to, they went for 6 months without eggs because currently the Cuban government chicken farms are underproducing eggs by the tune of well over almost 200,000 eggs a day, shy of where they need to be in order to get everybody eggs every day.
What do they do? Have you got an update on their COVID situation down there?
They're back under lockdown again. They said they had it completely eradicated from the island. No COVID cases. Everybody was doing great. And then the government started letting tourists back in again.
Because, that's how they make their money, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. Tourism is the only way they're making money these days. And that's the other part of the big problem is when Obama went ahead and started allowing these cultural exchanges. So that started putting a strain on the food supply. But rather than take the additional new money that was coming in and use that to procure additional food, the Cuban government just shifted the food supply around the island, took it away from the areas where tourists don't go and shipped it up to the area where tourists do go, and then took the extra money to the tune of somewhere around $50 billion and went to Russia and went on a shopping trip for some new weapons, military weapons.
Has Cuba ever been in a war?
Just the revolution.
Just internally?
Yeah, just their
internal. So they actually bought some more tanks to kill their own people.
And then there was there's always the threat that the Americans are going to invade again. That's what they always believe. And that's what their government wants them to believe, and that's what they're taught from day one.
You would think that would be a good thing, that they'd be liberated by the Americans.
No, they're scared by their government. All right, you remember how your boys were when they were about 7 or 8 years old, and one got something and the other one didn't, and ran up to you and said, "Daddy, that's not fair. He got and I don't."
Right.
That's how they're raised from birth. So if you got something, and I don't, and you won't share it with me, I'm just going to go to the government and tell the government you got it, and they're going to come take it away from you and share it with me.
And they do that? I don't believe
so.
Yeah.
They do that.
So and if I've got 5 chickens and you say, ooh, I want a chicken, the government will come and give this guy 2 of your chickens.
If you won't share the chicken, but most people don't want to eat your chicken. They want you to share the eggs with them. Because the eggs are actually more important than eating the chicken itself.
Right. You can get more eggs. You can't get more chickens.
Right. So killing a beef critter is illegal on that island. And if you get caught with beef, beef is a 25-year prison sentence if you're caught with beef.
Wow.
So if you're a dairy farmer, what that means is that the government has granted you custody of some cows and maybe some bulls, but the government owns them, and it's your job to take care of them and feed them and protect them. If somebody steals one of them and kills it, do you know who gets punished?
The farmer.
The farmer, because he didn't protect the government's cow.
What happens if one just dies, Timmy?
It becomes a steak dinner in Havana.
For the elite.
Right. So if you're willing to spend, or you got the money that you can spend $6, $7, $8 for a meal, one meal in a restaurant, then you can go get a hamburger or a steak in a restaurant in one of the provincial cities.
It's different. It's different living. Did you get a chance to look at NEOM?
Yeah, I went and looked at both videos there. The second one was a little harder to look at because I was trying to read the subtitles with the guy speaking in Arabic.
Oh yeah. That's pretty good. You didn't get it?
Yeah, I got it. I understand the concept, and it sounds great in theory.
You know, it sounds almost cultish to me. I was waiting for him to tell me I had to believe in, guys from space and wear these special underpants to become a part of it.
You think about it, right? No, you weren't up in Boston for any part of the Big Dig, but that's a great example, right? So for years, going through downtown, right through downtown Boston and up, past the airport exit and all that, was this big erector set, multiple level road that was just this ugly eyesore. And finally, back in the early 90s, the federal government and the state of Massachusetts came together on a plan and a bunch of money, and they dropped all of that below ground and tore down that erector set and reclaimed that whole area as green space. And I don't know if you've ever flown in or flown over New York City and looked down, but I'm going to tell you, it's one of the ugliest looking blights on planet Earth I've ever seen.
New York?
New York City, yep.
Really?
Gray concrete with a couple of dots of green here and there. It just looks like a blight on planet Earth. So, this idea of getting rid of all the surface roads and surface type infrastructure and returning the cities back to natural environments and dropping, it sounds like a great concept. And I know Elon Musk and the mayor of Miami are talking about trying to put a bunch of underground subway systems and such under Miami. And everybody keeps laughing at him saying, dude, how are you going to go under the city of Miami when the freaking water table is only 4 feet down? But supposedly they've been able to do
floating tunnels. Yeah, floating tunnels. Why not?
Well, no, supposedly they've been able to do it over in, I want to say it was Amsterdam. And what they ended up doing was putting in a system that basically
floods first.
It builds kind of like a chamber that it all sits in, and that chamber is constantly pumped cleaner water.
A tube inside a tube.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm willing to give that a shot and an idea and see. you know, it sounds like a great concept. You know, and returning green space and you know.
This is a blank slate, Timmy.
Yeah.
This is a blank slate. There's nothing there.
Right. So
you know what I mean. So they can build it from scratch.
Proposing to put this first one, right? Well, where did they put that first biosphere?
Arizona.
Yeah, they put a biosphere underwater where nobody lived at either to prove that you could do it.
See, I didn't know about. I guess that might be Biosphere 1 because I know about Biosphere 2.
Yeah, there's try to remember what they call it, the underwater. Let me go see if I can find it for you.
While you do that, I am going to share this. I keep forgetting how to pronounce NEOM. NEOM.
Yeah.
NEOM. It's called NEOM. That's what it's called. Let's do that. Let's play it. Let's see if I can. Where I can play it from? Can I play it from here? Oh no! I gotta do it again.
Right one. No, it's must be Sub-Biosphere 1 that I'm thinking of. I keep coming up with all this about Sub-Biosphere 2, which is a future one that they say is going to be able to house up to 100 people. Oh, here it is. I just hit on NEOM's garden.
I'm looking for it. When you click on it, it plays the video in a weird way. So you got to start the video on it. Nope, got it wrong. Got it wrong. Okay, that one. It's time to draw the line. Here you go. I can pause it and start it over. So then I got to go back here, share screen, share Chrome tab, and share. And then I should be able to come over here and go like that. Right? And then I come here and voila. Tell me there's audio.
Con shop, that's what they were called. I'm going to drop you a link in the private chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I just haven't figured out where exactly that is that he's proposing that.
That's right in Saudi Arabia.
It is Saudi, yeah. That's why I just couldn't tell. Was it in Saudi or was it somewhere else that he was proposing that?
Yes, the back end of Saudi. They say that everyone in the world can reach it within 8 hours.
Yeah, my only thing is once you're there, you're under Saudi national rule.
I don't know. You know, it's supposed to be an experiment, so it might not be. It could be its own. It's actually supposed to be its own country.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust that until I saw it was its own country, with its own set of laws and whatnot.
I agree. I mean, the Saudis are behind it. You know what I mean? So it would only make sense that would be the issue, and that really is my only issue.
Not that anything bad. I ain't got nothing against them. I just don't want to be in another country, under another country's rule if I don't have the option to leave when I want to leave.
Right. And this place is so remote that, unless you have your own boat, we were looking at it. As a matter of fact, I'll bring it up. We were looking at it on Google Earth. And it's out there, man, way out in the boonies. We followed the highway and found a truck and a couple of little settlements, but I mean, there's nothing there. There's nothing there now. And actually, it took me to another place in Saudi Arabia with the same name. So I was a little on the confused side, but it was interesting to say the least. So all I noticed in the video was that there are no old people.
Well, I'm dead.
Huh?
I said, well, I'm dead.
Yeah, man. It's like they won't let me. I don't think they'll let me go, Timmy.
If they outlaw old people, I'm dead.
Right. You just can't do it. Did you ever see that movie, Elysium?
Yeah, I've watched it a couple of times.
What'd you think?
A little far-fetched, but some of it I could see eventually getting to that point. The super skeletal structure that he had sewn into him and all that was a little bit on the far-fetched side. But like having a space station where the rich folk could go live while the rest of us suffer down on this polluted planet Earth, yeah, I could see that actually.
I think this is it.
You see the problem with that?
I see a lot of problems with this. There's a highway. I guess there is a highway.
Yeah, but you see, go back to the NEOM. Scroll up and right. All right, right there's NEOM, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you see any green?
Not yet. It's not built yet. Well, I don't know. They've got something done. I don't know when this picture was taken.
You ever live in the high desert or live in the desert?
No, I'm not a desert guy at all.
Here's a question mark. Is that scroll back in there on the left of that highway?
I gotta make sure it's the right one though, Timmy. This might not be right. Hold on a second. Let me. I gotta get my.
I'm just looking at it, trying to figure out if that's an actual flowing river or a dry river.
I'm trying to get. I gotta find Egypt. Hold on. Let me find Egypt, and I'll know.
Egypt's on your left there. That green.
Right here, right?
Yeah. That green right there to your right is the Nile. That's the Nile River. Right there to the left of you.
Right here. Can you see the mouse?
Well, that's the Nile Delta.
That's the Delta.
Okay, the Nile River, the green, that little green line, yeah, that's the Nile Delta there. So follow it down south, directly down south. Go to the left. Right there, that's the Nile River.
Okay, so that's Egypt. Let me flip this baby around.
NEOM home. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was a peninsula. See, there's a bunch of NEOMs. You see this? There's one over there.
That NEOM is you're getting down close to Iran when you get down that way.
Well, yeah, and there's a bunch of them right here. But it was like it had coastal, it had mountain, it had desert. It had all of it. I love NEOM logo. I don't know. I bet you this little guy won't go down there. Oh no, he's going.
Okay, so
Street View.
NEOM is a planned cross-border city in the Tabuk province of northwestern Saudi Arabia.
And that's the view. Look at that.
So northwestern Saudi Arabia.
I've gone a whole 360 degrees around, dude. I don't see not one 7-Eleven.
Dry, dusty desert. You know what I did for...
Wait. Come on, now give it a break. Let's go to the coast and see what's going on down there.
Yeah, but that's not where it is. It's up in the
northwest. No, it takes up the coast.
I just read an article on it and said it's in the northwest region of Saudi Arabia.
Right. Give me
so zoom back out. Zoom back out.
All right. Hold on. I'm playing the video to the map so that I can see... because they give a sky shot of it. Maybe we can match it. Stand by. I guess I could share it. Stop sharing that. Go here. Share this. Share screen. Share. Chrome tab. Draw the line. Share. So then we put it in. And I can pause it when they do the pullout. All right. These are AI traffic underneath the city. That's the line that goes through all sorts of different habitats. There we go. So there's plenty of coast in that shot. So it looks like there's a peninsula island. Let's go back to here. Stop the screen sharing, share, and go to an application window, Google Earth, and now we pull that out.
The only thing that even comes close to looking like that is northwest side. Yep, that's it, northwest, right across from Sharm el Sheikh. So if you come down to the Gulf of Aqaba, right down to the bottom where the Gulf of Aqaba dumps out, and you'll see Sharm el Sheikh and Hamid and Tyrian Island, and it looks like it's in the area of Hamid, heading east-west, right north of the coast there.
That doesn't look like it to me.
That's the only place that matches up with that coastline running on the south like that on a little peninsula.
Man, how come it won't let me pull out anymore? There we go. I'm on the wrong continent, dude.
I can't help it if you're on the wrong continent.
So you're saying this right here?
Yeah, let me go back to see what you're... I can't see what you're seeing.
No, it's right here. Okay, hold on.
I can't see what you're seeing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put it in. My bad.
Okay. No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. No, you twisted. Okay. Do me a favor. Rotate that about 180. Yeah, just a little bit more. Rotate it a little bit more. Now, whoa, too far. Rotate it back the other way. Rotate it a little bit further. Okay. That's just about dead north-south. All right. Now, head over to your upper right.
No, I got a north-south indicator on here.
Yeah, I know. But just head over to your right there.
You're thinking this right here?
That's not where I want to be. Okay.
I'm thinking this is it, Timmy.
You two, back in StreamYard here. Okay. No, zoom out.
Hold on. Let's look at the other picture. Stand by. Let's double check. Let's double check our shot from. I guess I could put this in on another camera too. Boom. Share. And add the stream. All right.
So now, if that's facing north, right? You've got the coast is on your west side, which it says the northwest section of Saudi. So that lines up that strip is on the west side, but there's only one place where it juts out like that, and there's an island. You see to the south, the island that's almost out of your picture there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then over to the left, that is just barely out of your picture. There's a spit of land coming in, and if I'm not mistaken, over to the left there, that's Sharm el Sheikh, Israel, and that island is Tehran Island. But it's going to be somewhere right over in that area.
Yeah, I'm not seeing enough islands here.
Yeah.
There's an airport?
No. Where is it now?
Alua Airport. And there's another airport, Porti Ankan Alua. My gosh, people live here.
Uh-huh.
People live here. I'm going to drop the little dude down, see what happens. So the only place there's green and there's nobody. Not even at the airport? Let's see. We should better drop in on the airport. Wow. You would think that all that green space would be used, but I guess it's so far away from everything.
Province, the Tabuk province. Okay. So it is in the Tabuk province.
So we should better follow the coast and find it.
Where do I see Tabuk? No, I saw Tabuk somewhere.
Well, I'm game to go visit, Timmy.
Okay, no. I take that back.
You think you're in the wrong spot?
They're saying that's, but no, that can't be. Somebody's playing a game with you, brother.
Yeah.
Because what I just looking it up here, right? And this is talking about NEOM as a planned cross-border city in the Tabuk province of northwestern Saudi Arabia. Well, I'm sorry, but when I look at maps.google.com and I look up Tabuk, Tabuk is over in the northeastern, damn near right up against the.
So northwest would be up here.
Actually, I take that back. As big as if you zoom out far enough, that's still, but it's not anywhere near the coast. So if you go up to the bunny ears at the top of the Red Sea, okay, go up to the bunny ears, right? And yeah, so it is in that area. Just don't move the map. Take your cursor. Just take your cursor and go directly left. Too far. Too far. Stay on the other side of the yeah. Now go north. Go north. Whoa. That's my, okay, never mind. That's my cursor. Take your cursor a little further to the right. No, not the whole picture. Just your cursor. Yeah, now come back to the left just a little bit, right about where that road is, right there on your left-hand side of your cursor. See that road that's going north and south? Yeah, somewhere in there is the Tabuk region. And that's where NEOM is, in the Tabuk region.
Well, the Tabuk region could be this whole area, man.
Yeah.
But it says it's here. But that doesn't show the coastline that the video's showing. You know what I mean? Unless it's going up this way along the coast, which it could.
I notice the one thing that I'm not seeing in any of these things I'm looking up is some definite coordinates. I got that it's 10,000 square miles.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I do not know. But I'm interested. I like, and what I liked most about it, Timmy, is I wish we were thinking that way. Ohio should do something like this. We should start building new cities in our own states to be state-of-the-art and dome cities and environmentally sound and to be car-free. And, the same model should be used 5 miles outside of Battle Creek. And it should be used 10 miles, 20 miles outside of St. Pete's. You guys got any land down there?
Nope.
None whatsoever.
St. Pete's, all you can do in St. Pete now is buy somebody else's house and blow it down and build the house you want on the land.
Wow. And I'm sure they don't appreciate that, right?
Well, they don't care. As long as you can fit it on the lot within city code. There's all kind of zero lot line mini McMansions around here.
I got a Facebook user that.
Okay, I finally got the coordinates here.
So they don't let you share with your StreamYard?
Nope.
There's not a share button down there, huh?
Nope. There is not.
I got to share on every one that I'm in. Come on, Timmy.
Yeah, but you're paying the bill. I'm not. I'm a guest.
Good point. I'm actually logged in. You're not. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to send you coordinates in the private chat.
All right. I wonder if I can.
You should be able to put those in a Google Earth.
Okay. Let's do that. All right. I'm going to plug them in, paste, and see where it takes us. Well, that's not exciting, Timmy.
That's why they can start from scratch, because there ain't nothing there.
Right. I'm going to drop this guy down there. There's a highway nearby.
So it's like, who are you going to have to take land away from? The government already owns all that. And you ain't going to kick nobody out of their house.
Well, no, there was actually some controversy about them killing the people that lived in the area that they wanted to build on. And they lost some big sponsorship from some sports franchise because of the rumored genocide they were creating. Dude, this doesn't look anything like the pictures. There's no water, Timmy.
I know. There's your water.
So what do you think it starts? Okay, I can see this, Tim. It can start down here, right at the very tip, and go up here into the mountains as part of the plan. I can see that because there's actually a highway here to connect to. They said it was 27-hour drive from Dubai.
But only 20 minutes to get from one end to the other.
Only 20 minutes because of the high-speed Hyperloop that they're putting in.
Uh-huh.
So they got a train that's going to go 220 miles an hour. I don't know if they have express or what they're going to have, but this could be it. I can see it. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to put it on my vacation list.
There you go.
I'm going to put it on one of those 10 Wonders of the World or the bucket list. Yeah, the bucket list. That's what I'll do. I'll put it on my bucket list. My bucket list is getting big today.
Have you ever seen that movie, Bucket List?
I have not.
Oh, dude, you got to watch that movie with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson. It is hilarious. It is funny. It's a great movie.
Well, hey, our time is up, dude. You want to say anything on the way out?
Peace, love, and Soul Train.
I think that is already taken, Tim.
Okay, I can't have that for my tagline?
No, if I get hit for the copyright strike because you stole Don Cornelius's spiel, I am not going to be a happy camper. Hey, guys, I'm glad you can join us live, or if you're looking at this after the fact, feel free to subscribe, get notified. If you want to do this with your friends, or even you want to do it privately, where they're not live streamed per se, but just a group of you guys get together. I thought about playing Monopoly or Sorry or some kind of board game where I could just have a camera above it and make things happen. Maybe you do too. 810-239-2901, Spectacle Productions. Remember, enjoy the life you're living. Right, Timmy?
Right, until you can live the life you'll enjoy.
You're pretty good at that. You know, you're getting
Yeah,
better.
I'm trying to be you.
You don't want none of this.